All right, bookworms, are you ready to dive into a world of secret fortresses, demon-slaying teens, and magic runes?
Sounds intense.
Oh, it is. This is episode 17, and we're cracking open City of Bones by Cassandra Clare.
The book that pretty much launched the whole urban fantasy craze, right?
You got it.
Yeah.
Urban fantasy is always a fun ride, blending myth and modern life.
Like picture finding a griffin hanging out in your local park, that kind of vibe.
Exactly. But in City of Bones, it goes deeper than that.
Deeper how?
It's not just finding magic. It's about discovering you are the magic, which is exactly what happens to our main character, Clary.
Yes, Clary Fray, ordinary girl, extraordinary destiny.
And her world gets flipped upside down fast.
Oh, I bet. From what I remember, things get pretty wild right from the start.
They do. Imagine you're at a club, right?
Okay, I'm there, clubbing it up.
And all of a sudden, there are these incredibly good-looking people covered in tattoos.
Tattoos, like a lot of them.
Oh, yeah, covered. And they're fighting something you can't even see.
Whoa, that's creepy.
Then they tell you it was a demon.
Now that's an entrance.
That's Clary's intro to the Shadowhunter world, and talk about an identity crisis.
It's like your whole reality shatters and you're left wondering what else you've been missing.
Makes you look twice at those creepy antique shops.
For sure. Now, where do these Shadowhunters hang out?
Oh, only the coolest secret lair ever. The Institute.
Light on me.
It's a fortress disguised as a church, complete with weapons, training rooms, the works.
A church? That's some serious camouflage.
Shadowhunters don't mess around.
Huh.
And then there's Hodge, their tutor.
Uh-oh, tutor. Sounds like trouble.
He's this super knowledgeable but mysterious guy, bound to the Institute and definitely hiding secrets.
Ooh, I love a character with a hidden past.
You'll get plenty of that here. But we also can't forget about the big bad, Valentine.
Oh yeah, Valentine, wasn't he supposed to be dead?
That's what everyone thought. Now he's back and wants to control demons.
Not exactly the family reunion you'd hope for.
Not at all. And as if that wasn't enough, there's a whole other world of downworlders Clary has to deal with.
Downworlders, right? Vampires, werewolves, the whole shebang.
Exactly. They all coexist with Shadowhunters, but the peace is fragile.
Sounds like high school, but with supernatural powers.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
And each downworlder group has its own agenda.
So alliances can get messy, I bet.
You bet. And that's where someone like Magnus Bane comes in.
Magnus Bane, the High Warlock of Brooklyn, I remember him.
He's flamboyant, powerful, and knows a ton about Clary's past.
Okay, so he's like the cool, mysterious uncle who also happens to be a warlock.
Perfect description. He's got secrets and throws awesome parties.
That sounds like my kind of warlock.
But even with Magnus's help, Clary's got some serious family drama to unpack.
Like what?
Well, imagine finding out your dad is a power-hungry Shadowhunter who wants to rule the world.
Oof, that's rough. No Father's Day cards for him.
Definitely not. And keeping track of all these characters and plot twists can get confusing.
Yeah, with so much going on, it's easy to lose track.
That's why I love Bookspace. My book club there helps me sort it all out.
Oh, Bookspace. I've heard good things about it. What is it exactly?
It's this amazing community app for book lovers. You can connect with other readers, share your favorite quotes, organize your library. It's a game changer.
Wow, so it's like a one-stop shop for all things books.
Exactly. And City of Bones is definitely the kind of book you want to discuss with others, especially because just when you think you've got things figured out, bam, another twist hits you.
Oh, I know those twists. Claire keeps you on the edge of your seat.
She's a master at it. And trust me, there are some major twists coming up.
Ooh, I'm intrigued. But I guess we'll have to wait and see what those twists are. You know what really gets me about Valentine? He's not just some evil mastermind who, wants to watch the world burn.
Yeah, he actually thinks he's doing the right thing, which is kind of scary.
Exactly. He's got this warped sense of justice, like he needs to destroy everything to save it.
And using his own kids as pawns. That's just messed up.
It really shows how far gone he is. And it makes the conflict with Clary even more tragic.
Totally. Like, imagine finding out your dad is this evil, power-hungry Shadowhunter.
Ouch, talk about family drama.
Right. Speaking of family drama, can we talk about Luke? Sweet, bookish Luke turning out to be a werewolf.
Oh man, that was a twist. I remember being so shocked.
But it also adds so much depth to his character.
It does. Suddenly you see his past, his pain, and his fierce loyalty to Clary in a whole new light.
It's like he's always been fighting his own inner demons. literally.
And yet he's always there for Clary no matter what.
That's true friendship right there.
It really shows how strong those chosen family bonds can be.
And you see that with Jace, too, even though his relationship with Valentine is way more complicated.
Jace is such a complex character.
Totally. He's this brooding warrior on the surface.
But underneath there's this vulnerability, this need for love and acceptance.
And to find out that the man who raised him is the villain, that's got to be tough.
That messes with your whole sense of identity.
Absolutely. And the way Clare writes their interactions, it's electric. You can practically feel the tension.
Jace is constantly battling with his loyalty, trying to figure out where he belongs.
Yeah, it's like he's walking a tightrope between light and darkness.
It's that classic struggle between nature versus nurture, which is something everyone can relate to in some way.
For sure. And it shows that City of Bones isn't just about good versus evil. It's about those gray areas.
Exactly. It challenges those simple definitions.
Like with the Downworlders, they're not all monsters.
Right. Each faction has its own unique culture and individuals.
Magnus Bane is the perfect example.
Oh, Magnus. He's so fabulous, and he doesn't take crap from anyone.
He proves that Downworlders aren't just mindless creatures. They have their own struggles and beliefs.
And they're not afraid to challenge the Shadowhunters.
And that tension between them, the possibility of the Accords breaking down, adds so much suspense to the story.
It's like a powder keg waiting to explode.
Especially with Valentine on the loose. His return is definitely the match that could set it all off.
For sure. And with his obsession with the Mortal Cup, the stakes are incredibly high.
He wants to reshape the world, and he's not afraid to get his hands dirty.
The Mortal Cup itself is such a potent symbol. This power to create, but it can so easily be corrupted.
That's a good point. And Clary, as she's discovering her own powers, has to wrestle with that same question.
Will she use her abilities for good or follow in Valentine's footsteps?
It's a heavy burden for a young girl.
But Clary shows so much strength and resilience.
Yeah, she really steps up. And let's not forget the emotional roller coaster Clare takes us on.
The scene where Clary tries to appeal to Valentine's humanity and he just shuts her down. Heartbreaking.
I was a mess after that scene.
It shows how powerful Clare's writing is. She captures those raw emotions so perfectly.
And then, just when you think things can't get any more intense, the climax hits you like a freight train.
The battle at Roosevelt Island is epic. Werewolves, Shadowhunters, Valentine's crazy plan, it's all there.
It's pure adrenaline. And that moment when Clary creates her own rune.
Oh, chills. It shows how much potential she has, how much power lies within her.
But of course it can't end happily, can it?
Nope. Valentine escapes with Jace.
That ending left me with so many questions and desperate for the next book.
Me too. Will Clary save Jace? What will Valentine do with the Mortal Cup? The suspense is killing me.
So many twists and turns. It's amazing how Clare keeps us on the edge of our seats.
City of Bones is definitely a book that stays with you long after you finish it.
Totally. And if you want a place to discuss all the feels and theories, Bookspace is the perfect spot.
Seriously, it's like having a 247 book club right in your pocket.
You can connect with other fans, share your favorite quotes, and go deep into all the details.
If you haven't checked it out yet, you're missing out.
Definitely. So tell us, what were your biggest takeaways from City of Bones? What surprised you? Head over to our Bookspace page and let's discuss.
We're dying to hear your thoughts.
Wow, I still can't believe that ending. Valentine escaping with Jace through a portal. Like, seriously, what just happened?
I know, right? Total cliffhanger. Leaves you wanting more, doesn't it?
Definitely. It's like, will Clary save him? What's Valentine gonna do with the Mortal Cup? And Jocelyn, is she ever gonna wake up?
So many questions. But you know, even with all that craziness going on, what really stood out to me was how much Clary grew throughout the book.
Oh, for sure. Like, think about it. She starts as this normal girl who likes to draw.
Yeah, just your average teenager, right?
Exactly. And then, bam, she's thrown into this hidden world of magic and demons.
And she doesn't just fall apart, she rises to the challenge.
She does. It's like watching a butterfly emerge from a cocoon.
A very badass butterfly with demon slaying skill.
Yeah, exactly. Remember when she creates that portal?
Oh yeah, that was insane. Something only seasoned Shadowhunters can do.
And she does it out of pure love for Jace. Talk about powerful stuff.
It shows you how much strength she has inside. She's not just chosen, she chooses to fight.
That's a great point. And that whole theme of choice versus destiny runs through the whole book, right?
It does. You see it with Jace, torn between Valentine and Clary.
And Simon, trying to protect Clary, even though he's just a mundane.
They all have to make tough choices, face their own inner battles.
Exactly. City of Bones isn't just about fighting demons. It's about fighting for what you believe in.
And those internal struggles, the doubts and fears, those make the characters feel so real.
So real. And relatable.
Yeah.
I mean, haven't we all felt lost or unsure at some point?
Absolutely. And Claire doesn't shy away from those emotions. Her characters are vulnerable, they mess up, they question everything.
And that makes the story even more powerful.
It does. It reminds us that even in a world of magic and demons, it's the human element that really grabs you.
That's why urban fantasy is so cool. You get this amazing escape, but also these characters you can connect with on a deeper level.
City of Bones does that perfectly. It blends the fantastical with the relatable in such a compelling way.
It really does. It makes you think about your own choices, your own potential.
And it stays with you long after you finish the last page.
So if you haven't already, go grab a copy of City of Bones. You won't regret it.
But be warned, once you step into the shadow world, you might not want to leave.
That's a good warning. And for those who've already read it, let's keep the conversation going on Bookspace.
Yes, share your theories, your favorite quotes, all the feels.
We want to hear it all. And that wraps up episode 17 of Book to Read. We'll be back next week with another awesome book.
Until then, happy reading.
And remember, the shadow world could be closer than you think.